Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Getting Along with Flutter. In this episode, we will be talking about Scaffold. Now, what is Scaffold? To know about that, we will go to the first project we made on this series, that is the Noob Flutter project. This is the project which was initially made. As you can see, there is nothing much done over here. This is only a small Hello World application. That's it. We will start editing over here only. Now guys, before getting started, let's understand what Scaffold actually is. The Scaffold is a widget in Flutter used to implement the basic material design visual layout structure. It provides many widget or APIs for showing drawers, snack bar, bottom navigation bar, app bar, and many more. Now, what is the need for Scaffold? The Scaffold class is a shortcut to set up the look and design of our application that allows us not only to build individual elements manually, but also it saves a lot of our time. And all of this with a very less amount of code. So let's get started and learn what Scaffold actually is and learn how to code it. Now guys, if you want to start working on Scaffold, then you'll have to delete some of this code over here. And inside the home, I'll call the Scaffold class. Oops. Fine. Do not forget to put your comma because I have already told you commas are really necessary in Flutter. Now guys, as I have told you that Scaffold itself contains a lot of properties. The first property which we will be looking into is an app bar. Now what are app bars? App bars are typically used in Scaffold app bar property, which places the app bar as a fixed height width on the top of the screen. Means these are mostly used to view the name of the application, but you can use it for your own purpose. Now to get an app bar, we'll call app bar. And for a layman, this seems that easy that if we want to display the name of the application, then all we have to do is put a string over here, say my app. But you can see this shows an error. So what we have to do is we have to call app bar class over here. Oh my god, what is happening here? App bar class. Fine. Now inside this class, we will call another property which is called title. And it's here. Now inside title, I'll call another property called text. And inside this text box, I'll declare the string which I want to use, which is my app. Fine. Now guys, let's hit the run button and see how our app looks. And as you can see, the app bar is clearly visible and it has got a text called my app, and we expected my app to occur. But I didn't expect my app to be on the left hand side. I want my app to be in the center. So for that, app bar also has a property which is center title. And this takes a boolean value. So what I'll do is I'll call true over here. That's it. And when I hit hot reload, what happens is, okay, I'll have to hit run again. What happens is the text goes to the center. Fine, it's that easy. The box you are seeing over here, which is blue in color by default, is the app bar, and anything below the box is called the body of the application or body of Scaffold. Now we will be working on the body of the application. Fine. Now what is the body property inside Scaffold? Body is the primary content of the scaffold, and as I said that body is located below the app bar, so we'll declare it below the app bar only. And for now we'll not do anything robust with body. We'll only declare a text over here by calling the text class, and let's say a small string that this is the app. Fine. And when I hit run, you'll be able to see the text inside the body, and it's here. The text is somewhere in the left top hand corner. Although I don't expect the text to be there, but for now this justifies that body is located below the app bar, and this is it. Now if we want to center the body text, then the thing which we can do is we can wrap this around, or to wrap a widget all you have to do is press Alt Enter, and you will get an option to wrap with widget, and we want to wrap this widget with the name center. Fine. Center child, and it's done. And as I said, not to forget the commas, although there is no error here, but I insist you should put commas at the end of every bracket. Fine. Let's run it and see how our app looks. I don't know why nowadays this PC is taking so much time to load the applications. Yeah, so this is the app. The string declared here is in the center of my phone or my emulator. So this is the body place, the thing which you are seeing just below the app bar, and this is the text which is in the center of the body widget. Fine. Hope. Now after the body, I'll call a floating action button. Now what is a floating action button? The floating action button is a circular icon button that hovers over the content to promote a primary action in the application. Like in this case, the floating action button will hover over the body. So it will create a feel of elevation, but it's actually not elevated. So to call the floating action button, I'll use the floating action button class. Fine. So inside this class, you can see there are so many properties over here. You will find a property called onPressed. This property will be used to handle clicks on the button. But for now, we'll be declaring a child inside the button, and that child will possess a text. Oh my god, text. That's it. Fine, and let the text be somehow click me. Fine, and let's run it and see how the button works. Run. Yeah, fine. As you can see, the text click me comes over here. Let's delete the me for once because the button is too small and the text is quite large. So as you can see, the button comes up over here and the text is click. Fine. So this is the thing about floating action button. Now guys, I hope you got the point of Scaffold. Scaffold acts as a wrapper, and this wrapper wraps the app bar, the buttons, and everything. Consider a scaffold to be a unit like Avengers. Fine. And the superheroes like Thor, Hulk, and the rest are a part of Avengers only. You all might be knowing that. If you call the Avengers, then each superhero comes on its own. You don't have to invite each of the heroes individually. So one unit does it all for you. Here, you don't have to call the button, the app bar individually. If you call the scaffold, they all come with scaffold by default. Hope you get the point. Now guys, I have a small task for you. Go through this blog. This is Flutter's official documentation related to scaffold. You will find it really interesting because I have told you the basics and I hope you'll be able to understand whatever is written over here. Fine, if you face any doubts, feel free to ask. The reason why I am telling you this is because we have discussed three properties of the scaffold class, which are app bar and body somewhere over here, yeah, and floating action button. But there are so many properties to go through. You can go through each of these properties and see what difference do they make. Fine, and it will be really very interesting. Trust me, you will find it great. Cool. So go through this documentation. If you feel anything unusual or you feel uh, any difficulty understanding it, feel free to contact us. Fine. Goodbye.